Salutations! My name is Kartosael and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Trilogy. So, since last time I didn't do too much. I did, however, change up some of the farming area, as you can see. It used to be all over here. Trees is much compacter now. Also not nearly as important because I don't need as much of it anymore. Two of the ender lilies have been full grown and as such been moved over to the new farm area. This is a new little enchanting room. Just really, that's all there is to it. Just some bookcases and chandelier. Don't like the look of it too much, but it was expensive, so I'm using it. Apart from that, I think that thing is new. Oh, bit of a lag. I have planted some of these hydrangeas, and they destroy water blocks and turn it into mana, which this spreader accepts and sends it over to that one. However, if I were to place them over here, I don't think they can make it all the way over there. Maybe they can, but I've only created 4 so far because it's, well, mostly because it's just a tedious process, requiring quite a lot of flower petals actually. So we have our berries over here now. We have our sugarcane. Also have barley, I believe. Yeah, barley. I started growing barley for one reason only, and that's the seed. You might wonder, why do you want the barley seed? Well, in Thaumcraft, every item has aspect, though not all the modded items are recognized by Thaumcraft. Barley is, actually. And the seeds hold herba and permutatio. That's the swirly green arrows, which is a very difficult aspect to get otherwise. Without these seeds, it normally isn't a renewable resource. It will come from quicksilver mainly, and yeah, that's not really renewable. But also I've seen that some items are drawn to me, like the eggs right now. That's because I have 2 new trinkets. I have a ring of magnetization, these are both from Britannia, which draws item in the vicinity towards me. If I drop something on the ground, it will draw towards me, but only after 5 seconds, which is enough for most modded things. And I got the band of mana, which acts like a mana tablet, except you wear it. So if I have a mana related item like these shears made from mana steel, then this will drain mana instead of durability. So there's that. Quite useful, though not extremely important to have on me all the time. Don't think I did anything in industrial craft. Oh, I did. I made this thing, CSU. It can hold so much more power than a normal bat box. This can hold 40,000, whereas this guy can hold 300,000. It should give me a lot more breathing room for if I don't do anything with these machines for a while, that they don't completely clog up, that the power doesn't go to waste. Or something like that. They are a bit expensive to make though. Well, not necessarily very expensive, but yeah. They require a lot of bronze plates and these advanced RE batteries, which require bronze item casing, pulverized lead or lead dust, that's not very difficult to get, and sulfur, which is kind of annoying to get. You can sometimes get it by pulverizing coal or, apparently even netherrack. Okay, maybe it's a bit easier to get than I thought. Didn't encounter silver orb yet. use induction smelter, sag mill. Don't have that one yet. You can make it from bees, but what it doesn't show, probably because there are two different types of sulfur, aren't they always? No, that was the wrong button. Yeah, this is railcraft sulfur, and you have the thermal foundation sulfur, which is pretty much the same it would look like. Well, that was the one I already had. And you have this one, which I thought you had to extract out of gunpowder, but apparently it doesn't tell you. But if you wash, if you throw lead, crushed lead ore into this instead of tiny piles of lead dust, it will give you tiny piles of sulfur dust, which I all used up to make sulfur dust. So that was a nice surprise to have. As I kind of mentioned, I did go a little bit further with Timecraft, but not all that much to be honest, just enough to make a better wand. And that is hardly better to begin with. Over here I did make quite some changes actually. So we have now two leadstone energy cells, which kind of act like a, what you call it, like a power line. It outputs the one to the right, which accepts its power, and in turn, you know, does stuff. Yeah, does stuff. The steam dynamo is running constantly whenever, well, not constantly actually, only when it needs to give power, which is very nice. And we have a water tank that is connected all the way over to the pump over yonder in the industrial craft building. So I managed to route that water over there by extending this tank by one downwards, and we now have two redstone engines over here because it was having a bit of difficulty keeping up. I'm not sure that really works. It might also be that the wooden extraction pipe below there is the one that's actually holding things up, because it cannot extract at a very high rate at all. So last time we did look over some of the thermal foundation stuff, thermal expansion, regardless, one of those two, with all those colors. Well, now that we have these two next to each other, it should be able to actually do something with that color. So if I put you in there, because there's, or it only really works in either thermal foundation or NRIO stuff, not in industrial craft. And on your right side, I should get this particular slot red, for example, and you on that side will have to go blue. Though it is an induction smelter, so it requires two things instead of one, which probably makes this the not ideal system for what I'm trying to do here. Probably just need a redstone furnace instead, which I can make, I think. What are you costing me? Let's get the basic. Oh, one of those machine frames, which is pretty expensive. Bricks? Are you serious? Copper gear again. But I can make that. I guess I might, but not right now. But I do want to get that in there. Switch you off for now, so you can have one more without overflowing. And I will probably make that redstone furnace another time when we can actually just very easily get energy lines, power lines, which is what we're going for today. But as I mentioned last time, to do that we are going to need Ender IO. To get there we need something called Signalium, which requires first and foremost a magma crucible. This guy, but not the resonant type, just the normal one. Oh wow, it requires a redstone energy cell frame. Blimey. Well, I'm going to grab the ingredients and I will be right back. Haha, we have the materials to make this now. Melts items into fluids. Now let's see how this guy works. Let's first and foremost just turn almost all the outputs off. You are outputting to the right, are you not? Yes, you are. Oh, you have a large internal capacity. So if I throw you in here... Oh. That sounds foreboding. Ooh. Now what I'm wondering is, can I use this guy, the portable tank, to draw out said. So I'm now exporting you, and yes, I can. Great, this will give me a storage mechanism for all kinds of different liquids. I can just have a row of these portable tanks and store all the stuff in there. Let's start smelting more of this redstone, because I got more than enough of it. But that does mean I want to upgrade it, just surround it with 4 invar ingots. And we have a hardened portable tank, which stores 32,000 millibuckets instead of 8,000. So that should be about 4 times as much. Math. Now we should be able to get some liquid redstone. Great. It will take a while though before we can actually do something with it. Oh, you're done pulverizing. That one quick. Much quicker than I'm used to from the macerator. We can also do is add a chest here and say output to the top. Yes. Output everything to the top. So if I put this in here, it should go up there. Marvelous. Marvelous indeed. So we need that liquid redstone for something called Signalum. Yes, and we get that from Signalum Bland, which requires 3 copper and 1 silver. So we're going to grab some copper and silver. Copper. 3 copper, 1 silver. So let's just grab. So you know what? We can also just take the raw materials. 3, 2, 1. By the way, I have made a second lumber axe, silverlight axe, made of a silver head instead of the cobalt one. In terms of speed, silver and cobalt do not differ too much. In terms of durability, they do. However, you can see how much silver I have, so that's not really going to be a problem. So that's, we're going to sleep soon probably, because the night's coming. Oh, I wanted to make another chest, because I can click right, that would be good. Put you over there, put these guys in, and say you accept from the left. So as soon as it's done with this ferrous ore, it should start clearing out the items in that left chest. And pulverize those, because we also need the other guys, apart from the liquid redstone. So I'll wait for that to happen and I'll be right back. Unfortunately, it does not automatically draw from the left. That would have been great, but no. As you can see, as soon as this one has finished, he will not do it. Too bad. Would have been nice. Regardless. Oh, I need another bucket. I should have one somewhere, I guess. Maybe in my miscellaneous? No. And I don't think I do have one. What we can do is say bucket. Nothing in there, or there, or there, or there. So we do not have a bucket. You have a lot of iron though. So. And you. There we go. Because we needed this. We should be able to just right click this, and yes, we get the stabilized redstone bucket. What does this do on the ground? Nothing, just wash the stuff away. Does look kind of cool though. Nothing special. Are you done? Seems to be done. Go to this crafting table. Put you. Great! Signalum blend. And grab another bucket of redstone. That sounds so strange. There we go. Can I put the bucket in there? No, I cannot. Pitchy. Would have been a proper place for it. I guess I can also just place it there. So now we have some signalum blend. Why do I try to say bland all the time? And I can melt it easily with this guy, which is nice. Though I kind of recall only needing ingots. Regardless, let me get some stuff ready for Ender IO, so we can finally make some power cables. I should have all the materials. We need quite a few to make the alloy smelter, which is our first concern. We need a cauldron. Not too difficult. And this machine thing. But this is what we need the signalum for. Let's create some of those. There we go. Basic capacitor. Surrounded by iron fences. Bars even. Which I find is a quite curious recipe, but oh well. Yeah, this isn't supposed to be iron. This is supposed to be refined iron. There we go. Put you there. There. I hope this is normal iron. Oh yes. Now we have the alloy smelter. Are you done already? Yeah. I do like that about the thermal expansion stuff. They are rather quick. Ender IO will be getting its own building, but for right now, we'll just do it over here. Now, to make the energy conduits, we need something called a conduit binder, which is just a little gravel, sand, and clay. We can do that, no problem. And we needed a conductive iron, which you need an alloy smelter for. So we put in the iron and the redstone, and now we need power. So let's just shift right click this guy, place you over there, because Ender IO, like thermal expansion, works on RF. And much like thermal expansion, you can also designate, this side does that. You can say pull, push, push and pull for some reason. Disabled, none. Stuff like that is really useful. You can see the blocks next to it, which is really, really nice. Don't know what this does. Okay, hides all but the block itself. Apparently you cannot specify different slots. Not that it's necessary here, I think. Well, would be nice. So, how much are you draining? Oh, you are draining quite a bit actually. So let's get that other stuff ready, the conductive binding. We needed, let's make 10 of it, which requires 60 of gravel. Put this on the top of my head, so 10 of this guy. And a lot of sand. Now maybe I'm actually right about the recipe, that would be marvelous. Oh, I actually am. That will give us quite a bit of binder composite. And I don't think you use it for anything else but conduitive binders. Nope. Great. So we should be able to put it in here. Yeah, we can. Right, now is the conductive iron going? Just fine. Right, I'll let that cook for a while. I'll be right back. So I managed to smelt up a little bit of conduit binder. Quite a bit actually. Not that much conductive iron, to be quite honest. I was hoping for a bit more. But we should be able to get at least a little bit of energy conduits. And that should allow us to power stuff. Oh, at least it connects. That's something. So let's just do it like this for now. Go. Oh, bit of a lag. So now it should still be getting power. And it does. Great. I'm actually quite peeved with that. Quite happy, actually. Quite happy with that. Yeah, just big exit, okay. You in here. Yeah, let's just do it for like that for now. Of course, the chest is blocking the inventory, but whatever. You are being filled, and so are you. Wow, it's actually working. I don't know, I kind of like the way these things look. Then again, they seem a bit too smooth for Minecraft. Don't know really what I think about them, which is kind of weird, but go with it. And this space is left open for redstone furnace, so we can smelt stuff using RF. Of course, our steam dynamo. Yeah, we're going to need to find a different source of power soon. And of course get Enrio's own building. Probably what I'll do is have 3 buildings. And try not to misjump. 1 for thermal expansion. 1 for Enrio, somewhere around here, maybe that way. And 1 power room for both of them, because they run off the same power. It would be judicious to give them the same, to have them connected to a single building, instead of having to have power generators on both sides. Would be silly. This thing looks really tall and plain. I'm not quite sure yet how to make this all pretty. Right now they are just a couple boxes, which I'm not too happy with. This looks a bit better, but still not really up there what I want. And what I did kind of forget to show when showing off the new farm area is this cactus farm. Now, I'm not going to stand on these, but these are conveyor belts, and any items dropped on them will be transported to the middle of the belt and pushed in the direction of the belt. Oh dear, oh dear. Dang it. I'll just end it. And this is a hungry chest from Thaumcraft, which eats items that falls on it. It's like a hopper, but it doesn't require iron. That's why I put that there. And I do think I will keep it at that for this episode. I could go on, sure, but that will make the episode too long. But first off, this thing finally matured, so we can harvest it. We get 1 seed back and an ender pearl. So it grows very, very slow. But you do get ender pearls, which is nice because you need that for a lot of things, like Ender IO. You need a lot of ender pearls for that. Maybe I'll make a tank for redstone instead of a portal tank. But I don't know, I kind of like this idea. I don't think we need that much signalium, to be honest. Signalum even, or whatever you're going to call it. It's red, it's orangey, it's shiny. and it's expensive. Regardless, thank you all very much for watching. I took it a bit easier this episode. I mean, a bit less cutting, a bit more showing what I'm actually doing. I hope that is still interesting. So it makes it a bit more fun to record, to be honest. So, give a shout what you think about it. Something standing on top? No, it's just a donkey way in the distance. So, my name is Kartosael. I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next episode.